Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the week of November 14th. Now I just looked at the clock, it is 11:11, so nice synchronicity here. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Leo. Now, do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. Also, I am using the Tarot Muka as well as the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. As always, there are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, let's go and see what we have here. I'm going to put this up here. All right, Leo. So I definitely like to see the messages here. You know, over the past couple weeks, the energies in the cards have been very heavy. And, you know, I do feel like, you know, some of you have been carrying around a burden, okay? And, you know, the Ten of Wands in the middle here, Ten of Wands is a heavier energy. It is an energy of a burden, but there is also a positive side to this card as well, which I'll talk about more, but it's basically the idea that the universe chose you to carry this burden or this heavy load for a reason, and it's because you can do it. And I do feel like in the past here, there's been a little bit of confusion, but at the same time, you were able to do something to clear that out. And I'll also expand on that. You know, for you, it looks like there's some type of healing. It looks like there's some type of tranquility, some type of balance that is coming into your life here in the future as we have the Temperance card and the Queen of Swords. So you have a really nice sort of balanced message here. And the energy, I do have to say, while it's been heavy recently, I do feel like this is kind of rolling out for you. The tide is sort of rolling out for you here. So let's go ahead and let's dive into this. So the Ten of Wands here in the overall situation, Ten of Wands in tarot, this is a completion. And so another positive way of looking at the Ten of Wands is it does say that you've completed something amazing in your life. You've really closed out some chapter, you've closed out some cycle, you know, you've completed something here with the Ten of Wands. And, you know, this completion, you know, this is something that it's almost like, well, so completions are great, right? And this is something that we need to have and we need to go through in our lives. But it's like with the Ten of Wands, it does feel like even though we've finished something or we've closed something out or we've completed something, it does feel like there is more to go, or there is more here for us to do with this card. And, you know, I do think that this is something that's coming up for some of you, but I think more importantly here, whatever situation in your life that you feel like you need to keep going on, the energy that you have in the future is supporting you with that. And so it's a little bit of a confusing message that I'm saying here. Basically, something is completed, but you feel like you have more to go. But it doesn't matter because you have the strength, the energy, and the courage and the ability to keep going, okay? And, you know, there are just periods in our lives where we're more busy at times than not. You know, there are busier times in our lives, and how do I say this? There are busy times and unbusy times in our lives, or busy times and not so busy times in our life. And I feel like this is just simply a busy time for you. Now, in the past, I'm going to try to kind of bring this all together here. Now, in the past, we have the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So the Seven of Cups, you know, is about confusion. It is about something potentially that is unclear. However, like the theme of this reading, it's almost like you're met with one challenge, you quickly knock the challenge out, and you quickly keep going. Because while the Seven of Cups is confusion and maybe a lack of clarity, the Ace of Swords is complete clarity. Okay, it's a major energy of clear thinking, clear breakthroughs, divine insights, divine inspiration. It's the clouds clearing in the background. It is a breakthrough card. Okay, it's a breakthrough card. And it says that there's a new beginning here in your life that will be very successful for you, or that has the ability to be very successful. Remember, you're in charge, you're in control here. And just because, the cards say that there's a new beginning on the table doesn't mean that that will happen automatically. You kind of have to also show up, right? Like, you have to show up and you have to meet the universe halfway. But it does seem like there was a little bit of confusion. It feels like there were a whole lot of roads and paths that you could go down. But with the Ace of Swords, you've struck right through that, right? You've cut right through that, and you've been successful in this situation. Now, in the future here, you have the Queen of Swords as well as the Temperance card. So I like this for you. Again, the Queen of Swords, remember, swords cut, right? And so you can think about it like this. You can think about it like cutting to the bottom or getting to the bottom of something. When you get the Queen of Swords, it can be an energy of focus. It can be an energy of, it's more about like having extreme focus in one's life on something. But it's not just about that. It's also about getting to the bottom or cutting to the bottom of something. And again, it's like, if there's somebody or something or someone here that's not supporting you, the Queen of Swords says that you will figure that out. The Temperance card is all about tranquility. It's all about balance, healing, patience, and it says that the future is essentially bright for you. The Temperance card comes forward after you've gone through some sort of change in your life, and it says that you are now healing after you've gone through this change. For you, it's like you've been carrying this burden for some time with the Ten of Wands. You've been carrying the weight of the world on your back, and just when you complete something, another thing comes. But with the Queen of Swords and the Temperance card, I think what you're going to do is say, okay, these burdens are not supporting me, these burdens are not fulfilling me, and I'm really embracing some sort of tranquility here in the future. And if it's not in the highest good for me, I'm simply not going to take it on. And I think that for some of you, you're doing a very good job of removing burdens. And even if there are more challenges to come, which, let's be real, in life, we're met with challenges all the time, you're ready to face them head on. That's what I feel. So definitely like the energy here. So you have the Six of Swords, you have the Five of Cups, Nine of Wands, and the Hanged Man. All right, so a definite letting go in the future for you. A definite letting go. I do think that not only is there a letting go, but there's also this transition here away from something as you see the Six of Swords card. Okay, so you see this Six of Swords card. The people in the boat, they are walking away, or really what I should say is they're kind of like sailing away from things that no longer serve them or things that hurt them in the past. In this case, I think what you're doing is you're transitioning or sailing away here from a confusing situation with the Seven of Cups and the Five of Cups. Like, whatever scenario in your life where you felt like stuck in the mud or just like completely unsure around, you're moving past that. Okay, you're sailing away from that here with the Seven of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Five of Cups. And this feels very exciting. This feels good. It feels like a breakthrough here with the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords. You know that where you're going to is taking you to a calmer place in your life with the Six of Swords and the Temperance card in the future. Again, the Five of Cups is some type of disappointing situation that this person is sort of standing in. And again, I do think that there's been burdens, there have been some sort of disappointments here, but I really feel like you at the same time are saying, you know what, I'm done with this. Like, I'm wiping my hands clean of this, clean slate. I'm sure that you felt recently like the energy has been very heavy at the collective level, just overall. And I feel like there's a real clearing out. I've been talking about it for weeks. I feel like there's a real clearing out recently that's going on here. And whatever's not working is, moving out of our lives. It's pushing through our lives here. You have this Nine of Wands with the Hanging Man or the Hanged Man. So the Nine of Wands, this is about potentially some type of resistance. Okay, this is the Nine of Wands says that maybe you could be resisting something, but okay, here's the thing. Nine of Wands is about resistance. The Hanging Man is about letting go. Okay, there's something here that you need to take a stand on. The Nine of Wands says, do not give up. Okay, put your wand in the sand, metaphorically speaking here, and don't let go. Do not let go. You have the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Wands. All right, so with the Nine of Wands and the Hanging Man really needs to let go. Okay, they're hanging on to the post very tightly, and that represents the idea that there's something in their life that is holding them back that they need to let go of. Nine of Wands, I think that if there's some situation that's not serving you, or that if there's, for some of you, this might be a person here, as we have a Queen of Swords card. This could be an air sign, but there might be just someone that you have to let go of, or there's just something that you're doing that I think is not taking you to this temperance energy, which again, a temperance energy is about healing. It's about embracing tranquility, calm energy, all of that. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at getting some of these cards here. All right, so let's see what comes forward in the oracles here. All right, so you have mountains, stand your ground. You have moon, take note of intuitive messages, and you also have summer. Bask in joy and light. So you have these symbol cards. So I do think that there's going to be there are a couple different types of cards in this oracle deck. I believe these are considered to be symbol cards. I'd have to double check that, but doesn't matter. We're going to go with symbol cards. Okay, there's going to be a lot of symbolism here showing up in your life. Remember, we started this reading off with 1111. Okay, that's like maybe your guides being with you, or I always like to say that 1111 means you're protected, or your guides are with you, or that you potentially are on the right path, that you are, many times I go like you're protected is what I feel when I see 1111. That's a big one for me when I look at that, but it's really up for interpretation. It doesn't matter. The point is that you are seeing a lot of symbolism here, and this symbolism is going to allow you or is going to help guide you along your path. Again, you are removing burdens here, and you're embracing something that feels much better. You have this mountains card, which says stand your ground. Okay, with the Nine of Wands and the Hanging Man, it's like stand your ground and let go of the things that you need to let go of, is what I feel like saying for you. Let's go ahead and let's start to get additional cards here. So you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card, and you have the Two of Cups. Okay, so Two of Pentacles is all about some sort of like financial change potentially happening in one's life. That person on the card is kind of juggling the pentacles in the air, indicating that like money's coming in, money's coming out, but it just indicates that there are like changes happening in one's life. And, I do think that change might not be the right word. I think this is more about a transition here with the Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. There's clearly something that you are changing, or that is changing for you here. It's not as dramatic as the Death card, but it's sort of like, okay, I'm just giving you an example here. It's sort of like, okay, I've been allowing this person to sort of like bother me the last 3 times I've talked to them. All right, it's time for me to just like say, okay, I don't like that, or, whatever the case may be. Like something like that is happening here, where it's like, maybe a relationship change, or, something along those lines. The Judgment card is actually a heavier energy, similar to the Death card, in that the Judgment card I like to affectionately call the final boss in the tarot. Okay, it says that you are essentially very close to completing something, and you have to, at this point or at this stage in your journey, go into self-analysis, because you've made it so far on your journey. You've overcome almost all of the hurdles and all of the obstacles. The only obstacle to overcome is the one that is within you. And I do think that I get this sense that some of you are making you moves. In other words, I feel like if you've been putting other people first, this is changing. Okay, I think that you're putting your needs first here. You do have the Two of Cups in the future, which is a really nice card for relationships. I do think that there could be changes in relationships here showing up, and I don't even necessarily think that it's romantic for some of you. It might just be some other type of relationships in your life. You do have the Eight of Pentacles, and you also have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles here, I'm really twisting my words recently, mixing my words up in this reading here. So my apologies for that. But the Eight of Pentacles, this is about you being a major talent in the tarot, okay? In life. In the tarot, the Eight of Pentacles says that you're a major talent in life and that you will always be well provided for, okay? And that also that you are sort of like working hard. You can see that this person is not only working hard at their craft here, but they are like fit, right? They're chiseled and they've worked hard to build their body, we could say, as well, right? Doesn't matter. This person is working hard. That's symbolism for working hard. And, I think that for some of you here, this is probably less about fitness. And I think that this is probably more about job opportunities, because the Eight of Pentacles says that you will always, always, always have job opportunities because of the extreme talent you have. The Page of Wands is a job opportunity or a career offer or a career opportunity. It's also just good news coming in. And, it is possible that some of you are like, okay, I've been working at this place for, 6 or 7 years. I'm going to go, take this other opportunity here. And that might make some people upset. Again, we have this energy of relationships here with the Two of Cups. That might make some people upset, but I'm doing this for me. It might be a situation like that. At the top of the pyramid, you have the Queen of Cups. Trust what you feel about this situation. Trust your gut. I do also think that some of you are having visions, whether it's in dreams or in meditation, or I think some of you are having symbolism in your life come in, whether through repeating numbers or through something else, song lyrics. I do think that's coming in. You do have the Four of Pentacles here, but I will say there is something here where you need to be careful that you don't hesitate to such a degree that you miss out, as you have the Nine of Wands and the Hanging Man as well. So that's what I have here for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.